Hello again. This is lesson 2, shapes, part 2. In other words, it's part 2 of lesson 2, shapes. All right, so we're going to continue with the school bus. Right here. We're going to select now our the rounded rectangle, this one. We're going to create the grill in front of the bus right here. Okay. All right, so I'm going to watch for my smart guide, hovering my mouse somewhere right here in the middle. Like I said in previous videos, I do not rely or trust the smart guides because it gets confused with the other objects. So I'm just going to do the rectangle, and I'm going to center it differently. But if you can find the middle point, like it's not there. See, that purple line should go right here through the middle of this, the two windows. All right, maybe right there. I want to see. I'm going to click, I'm going to press the Alt key, and I'm going to drag. I need to bring it down on the fly. I'm going to press the space bar. Okay, and then I'm going to make it a little shorter, a little wider, maybe something like that. I hope it is centered from left to right. I'm going to let the mouse go right there. All right, so I think I could raise it up a little. I'm doing it with my arrow keys, the top arrow key. Now I'm going to increase the stroke weight. Increasing the stroke weight, it means that I'm going to make the outline, which we call stroke, I'm going to make it thicker, which we call it heavier. I'm going to try and see maybe right now is 1 point. I'm going to try 6 points. Yeah, I guess. Or maybe, yeah, 6 points is fine. All right, so now I'm going to color the stroke with a dark gray. Right here, click on the button or click on the arrow. Well, let me see if I can color the fill better right here. Somehow the program is not responding. I'm gonna minimize it and I'm gonna maximize it again and see if this helps. Okay, let's see. Right there. There we go. All right, so the stroke, maybe a little darker. Like that is fine. Now I'm going to fill the inside with the black color right here. That's it. All right, now I'm going to zoom in. I want to make sure that I have this object centered from left to right. All right. All right, so click on this object. Press the Shift key, select this object. Okay, I have this object and the object in the middle, the grill, selected. Now I'm gonna click on this lastly. There we go, with that thick blue line, indicating that that object is not gonna move. All right, only the other one, if it's off-center. I'm gonna click on this button, and it was center already. All right. Now, I'm gonna draw a line that goes from the middle of this line, but on this part, on this area, all the way across. Okay, and I want the same weight, same thickness. First, I click on it to investigate what is the thickness. It's 6 points, right? So for this, I'm going to use the line segment tool. Right there, that one. Right? First, I show you the behavior of the line segment tool. Okay? You click, hold the mouse, and drag in any direction. From any direction to any direction. See? If you want to do horizontal lines, perfectly horizontal, you press the Shift key. And if you want perfectly vertical lines, you click, you hold the Shift key, and you click and drag. All right, so that's what we're gonna do, either at the top or at the bottom of the grill. Okay, let me see. All right, so I wanna configure the line segment tool before I do any drawing. See, because right now the line it's 1 point, and I want it 6 points, same as this one. All right, so I'm gonna delete it, and I have the line selected, the tool, and then I'm gonna come up here and select the 6 points. There we go, and then I'm gonna select the color. Okay, let's see what's the color of the stroke. Right here is this one. Okay. All right. So again, I'm gonna configure the tool, the 6 points, and I want, I think it's this color. All right. So now, better if the object is not selected, like that. Okay, now select the line segment tool, hover the mouse over on this area. When you see the vertical smart guide on the left side of the grill, and the same, well, it's not the same, but there is another line, smart guide at the top of the object. You click, you hold the mouse, press the Shift key, and then you drag it across. Shift key, and then you stop it right there. Release the mouse, and there we have it. All right, so now we're gonna duplicate that line, clicking it, okay, pressing the Alt key and the Shift key, and dragging it down. Okay, we're gonna drag it down. See the smart guide in the middle? That means that the line is dragging down in perfect alignment with the line at the top. I'm gonna drop it right there. Right? Release the mouse. Right there. And then the keys. Okay? These two lines should be in perfect alignment. This one is that. And then. All right. So now I'm going to lock this object. In fact, I'm going to lock this too, the one at the top. So I'm going to make a click right here. And remember that as soon as the pointer or the arrow passes over the object, that should be good enough. So now these two, this one and this one are selected. I'm going to press Control and the number 2 key. That will lock the object. Locking the object means that I can't, move it out or anything. All right, so now I'm gonna select this line. I'm gonna copy it, Control C, and I'm gonna paste it as many times as necessary to have more lines in between the top line and the bottom line. I'm gonna say maybe 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna say maybe 7 lines in between. All right, so I'm gonna copy it. But before I do that, I'm gonna lock this object. Click it, and then press Control 2. Okay, so I copied this already. Control C as in Charlie. I'm gonna paste it in front. It means that it's gonna be pasted right in front of this line, the duplicate. So I do Control F. This action is called paste in front. Control F. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna press the Control key and I'm gonna tap the letter F 7 times. Control F1, Control F2, Control F3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right? So essentially here at the top I have 8 lines, the original plus the 7 ones that I pasted. Okay? So with all these objects locked, this one and this one and this one, I can do this freely. Look, I can click over here, hold the mouse, and then drag it down until I touch the bottom line. Right? This action is called distribution, and we find this in the Align panel. As long as in here we have Align to Selection, we're fine. Right? So we're gonna click on this button. All these buttons are for distributing the objects. These ones are for alignment, these are for distributing. And we're looking for this one that's called Vertical Align Center. Look at what's going to happen when I do this. Click it, and there we have it. Right? If you think that you need more lines, or in other words, the grill lesser gap in between, well, just copy 1 or 2. I'm going to copy 2 just to see, and then copy them, Control C, and then Control F. All right, so select them again like this, and then redistribute. There we go. All right, so in between we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm gonna say maybe 10. All right, so I'm gonna delete them to show you another way to do this. I'm gonna delete the ones in the middle. I need to have the ones at the top and bottom. See? I'm gonna select all of them and press the delete key, and there we have it. Okay. Now, in the tools panel, we have a tool called blend tool. Okay. So click on the tool or double click. In here, simply we're gonna, instead of smooth color, we're gonna select specified steps. Okay, and right here we're gonna give it 9 lines in the middle. So here, replace this number for 9. Okay? 9, and then you click OK. Click OK. Okay, this is the tool right there. Click on the first line at the top, and then click on the one at the bottom. There. Okay, now this is easy to control. Let us say that I did too many while the object still selected or live, because the effect, when I go back and modify the number of steps, it means that the object can still be modified. It's called the object is still live, right? So I'm gonna go back to the blend tool, double click, and simply change the number. Instead of 9, we're gonna do maybe 7, and then we're gonna click OK. There we go. But somehow I like the other one better, so I'm gonna do Control Z to bring it back. There we go. All right, so now we're gonna get rid of the top and bottom lines, okay? Let's see, we're gonna click right there at the very end, okay? And then we're gonna press the delete key. Let's see if this works. Nope, it didn't work. All right, so we need to do this differently, okay? We're gonna kill the object. In other words, after doing this, we can't go back and modify the steps, okay? So we need to go here in the object menu, and then we go down to expand. Expand, and here we simply click OK. All right, and then we're gonna go to ungroup. Control, Shift, and G. Okay, now we can simply click on the top with the selection tool. Click on the top line. And delete it. Now, click on the bottom line and delete it. Yeah, but this line should have ended a little shorter than the curve. All right, so this is what we're gonna do. Okay. Remember, this object is still locked, so we can do this to select all the lines. Okay, and we're simply gonna press the Alt key, and we're gonna click on this line, and we're gonna make it a little shorter. Maybe like that. The idea is that it won't go on the curvature right here, the curve. It needs to go possibly a little smaller. So let me zoom in. So maybe it's not possible to do them all, but let me see. I'm gonna click on this here, the anchor, and I'm gonna press the left arrow key one time is fine. Now I'm gonna do this one, this anchor right at the end. Now I'm gonna press or tap the right arrow key one. Okay, that's pretty good right there. Now I need to do this at the bottom. Click it right there. I'm gonna tap the right arrow key once. Remember, if the curvature of the corner here wasn't too curved, we probably didn't have to do this. Okay, I'm gonna make this a little shorter. Clicking on the anchor at the end on the left, and tapping the right arrow key once. Okay, now this one, see? We shouldn't see the corner of the line right here. All right, so click on the white anchor at the end. Now I'm gonna tap the left arrow key. One should be enough. Okay, so that's pretty good right there. Now I'm going to unlock all the objects. Remember that in this version of Illustrator, when you have several objects locked and you want to unlock one, unfortunately you cannot do that. All of the locked objects are going to be unlocked. All right, so I'm going to do to unlock the objects or all the locked objects. You press Control, Alt, and the number 2 key. There we go. All right, so I'm going to go back and lock these two objects, this one and this one. Control 2. Very good. Now I'm going to select this rectangle and the lines. I'm going to click somewhere here at the top, holding the mouse and dragging it down like this. And then I'm going to group them. Control G. Very nice. Now we're going to create a beam here, a light, headlight, right here. Okay. So I'm gonna select my ellipse tool. Okay, remember to make a perfect circle, we click, hold the mouse and drag it, pressing the shift key, like that. Okay, maybe like that. All right, now I'm gonna make this whole grill a little narrower, because I want to have the headlights maybe just a little bigger. Okay, so I do this. Okay, since this is already centered with reference to this object and this other object, I'm gonna press the Alt key. I'm gonna come here to the left, right there where this white anchor is at. Hold it. Again, Alt. When I see a horizontal line, I click, hold it, and drag it. See how it's moving simultaneously to the left as to the right? Right about there. All right, so now this I can nudge it in, maybe something like that. Nudging means using your arrow keys. All right. Maybe I should make it a little narrower. When I select it all like that, again, pressing the Alt key, I can go to the right anchor right there. Click, hold it, and drag it in about right there. Now, what if I make it a little shorter? All right, right there is good. All right, so now let's work on the headlight. See, let's create a distance right here to here, more or less about the same, this distance. Okay, I'm gonna give it, I don't know, maybe 4 points. Okay, fill the shape with white, or maybe with dark gray. That's good. Now I'm gonna duplicate it, I'm gonna copy it rather. Control C and Control F. Remember, Control F means that I'm gonna paste an exact replica of the circle right on top of this one. See, I'm gonna do Control F. Okay, this action is, remember, it's called paste in front of the copied object. Now I need to make it smaller than the original. I'm gonna go to any corner or any white anchor here at any corner or any side. I'm gonna click, hold, press the Alt and the Shift keys. Okay? The Alt allows me to resize it concentrically with the object behind, and the Shift key allows me to do it circularly, maintaining the same ratios, the same proportion. In other words, it's a circle, just smaller. Okay, so I'm gonna release the mouse right there, and I'm gonna change the stroke weight to maybe 3 points, like that, and I'm gonna fill the object with a white color over here, right there. All right, so now with those two objects selected, if this object is locked, you can easily do this. Look, click at the top, drag the mouse down. When with the pointer passing over the objects, release the mouse. Now group them, Control G. Right? So now we're gonna make a duplicate of this headlight. I'm gonna press the Alt key, click on the object, and I'm gonna press the Shift key. I'm displacing the duplicate to the right, and I'm gonna do a more or less position compared to the left one. Okay, about right there, I think. Release the mouse, remember, while doing this, if I only press the Alt key and click on the object and dragging it out, it's going to duplicate the object, but the alignment with the original on the left is not assured. So when we do this with the Shift key, the object that we are duplicating is duplicated and displaced in perfect alignment with the one on the left, or the original, in this case the headlight on the left. All right, so now we're going to select the two objects. First one, click. Second one, click, and Control G to group them. Remember, when a number of objects is grouped together, it's going to react as if it was one object, right? So right now I have the group selected, and I'm going to click on, well, this object is locked. I could possibly not click on it. This one is also locked. So I need one of these objects unlocked. So I'm going to do Control Alt and 2. That's good. All right. So I'm going to select the group, the headlights group. I'm going to press the Shift key, and I'm going to click on this object. There. Now I'm going to click on this object lastly. Again, we see this blue line indicating that the headlights are going to be centered, or whatever type of alignment you choose, but they're gonna be subject to this outer object position. So for this, I'm going to the align menu panel, I'm sorry, and then I'm gonna click on this object, on this button. It's called horizontal align center. If the headlights are gonna move in whatever direction, it should only move from left to right. If it does that, it means that they needed this alignment. So I'm gonna click here. Yeah, it did move a little. So right now, these are perfectly centered with reference to everything. This, the grill, this section, the windows, the top, everything. Even this thing at the top. This and this share the same horizontal center. All right, pretty good. So now we're going to work on tires. All right, so now we're going to select, you can do this with the rounded rectangle tool. Okay, and we're going to do a rectangle about like that. All right, we don't want the corners to be too rounded, so I'm going to press the down arrow key to make the corners less rounded. Okay. Remember, this is done on the fly, meaning that the mouse must not be released. Or in other words, while doing all this, I still have the mouse selected. Okay, about right there. I'm going to release the mouse. About right there. I'm going to fill the object with black color. All right, so now I'm going to create a bumper for this. Right? The bumper should go a little outside here, maybe. Click it, hold it, and drag it out to your left, to your right, somewhere around there. Okay. Now the tire should be behind, so I'm gonna select it, and well, for now I'm gonna leave it over there. But what I need to do is center the bumper in reference to this object. Okay. So again, I'm gonna click on the bumper. I'm gonna press the Shift key, click on this object, and then use this button here. Oh, I need to click on this object again, okay? Make it the key object. Now I'm gonna click on this, and there we have it. Right? Now I'm gonna bring the tire, maybe right there, maybe in the direction of the headlight, maybe. It's up to you, all right? I'm gonna lock this bumper, Control 2, Right, so now I'm going to duplicate the tire. I'm going to press the Alt, click on it, press the Shift key, and drag it out like this. About right there. All right, select both and group them, Control G. Now I want to center them, pretty much the same thing we did with the headlights, right? So group them, Control G, and then press the Shift key and click on this object. Now click on this object again. Now come over here and click on this button. It looked like it was already centered. I didn't have to readjust the centering. Now I'm gonna select the rectangle tool, and I'm gonna create a little object like this. Okay, this they call it the oil something. So I'm gonna color it. I don't know. Let's try a dark gray. Maybe that. And now we're gonna send it behind the tires and the bumper. We're gonna press Control, Shift, and the opening bracket key. What about that? The width of this object, it doesn't matter because the tires and the bumper are covering for it. All right, so now there we have it. It's a simple illustration, but we're possibly gonna do lesson part 3 of this lesson to make it a little more complete. All right. One thing that I would like to do is get rid of the stroke here. I'm gonna click it, and I'm gonna fill this object with this lighter orange. I don't know. I'm gonna leave the way it was. What the heck? Right, but yeah, the thing I'm gonna do is get rid of the stroke right here. Click it, and then no stroke right there. Instead, I'm gonna thicken the stroke. 2 points. All right, one more thing. I'm gonna add some mirrors here at the top. So we're gonna click on this rectangle tool, make it about like that. Okay. Fill the inside with black. That. And the stroke, we're gonna make it maybe 3 points, and the color is gonna be a dark gray. All right, now we're gonna zoom in a little. Zoom out a little. All right. Now, with the line segment tool, with 3-point stroke and black lines, We are configuring the tool before we create anything, all right? So we're gonna have lines. In other words, configuring the tool means set the attributes that you want for the line before drawing it. In this case, I gave it 3 points and the color dark gray. Okay, now I select the tool. I'm gonna click here at the top, or right there. Click, hold it, and drag it over to this area. And then we're gonna do another one from here to there. Something like that. If you need to reposition where the line end, you can click on the at the end right there with the direct selection tool or the white arrow. Click at the end on this little anchor, and then you can use your arrow keys to either move it like that, move it up, move it wherever you need to. Okay, now we're going to select the 3 objects, the 2 lines, and the mirror over here. Let me make this line a little different. And let me increase the point weight to 4 points. Right there. All right, so we're gonna select them all, the 3 objects, the 2 lines holding it, and the mirror. Like that, and then we're gonna group it, Control G. All right, we're gonna flip it horizontally like we did with this object here at the top. So for that, we need to go to the reflect tool. Remember, if you don't see the reflect tool, you probably see this tool. It's called the rotate tool. So the rotate tool is nested in the same tool. So you're gonna click, you hold until you see the reflect tool. You click it, and then you double click it, and you're gonna make sure that we have vertical reflection like this. Okay. Remember, this one, whatever is on the left is gonna go to the right. Whatever is on the right is gonna go to the left. But if I just say okay, this object is gonna flip. But I wanna keep this object, so I'm gonna make a copy. Okay. Like that. Now I can nudge it over or nudging it over with the shift key. See, again, if I just tap the right arrow key, it's moving singularly, but if I press the shift key, it's gonna be moving 10 times faster. Okay? 10 times faster, and this one here is gonna be a more or less thing. Okay? Same thing that we did with this red lines at the top. Right, so we need to select them both, the 2 groups. This group, because this is one group and this is another group, we need to select them both like that and group them. Okay, so it's gonna be 2 groups grouped. Control G. Okay, this is one group. Take a look. Okay, so in that group we have 2 groups. All right, so now we need to center them symmetrically with the rest of the objects. And what we do is click on the group. Remember, when we have a group, it behaves as if it was one object. So with that selected, we're gonna press the shift key, and then we're gonna click on this object, and then we're gonna click on this object lastly, and then we're gonna, in the align panel, we're simply gonna click on this button. There we go. I think I'm gonna return this to 1 point. Okay, so it's 2 points now. Come up here and just give it 1 point. Like that. All right, so now we're gonna continue with a little bit left on part 3 of lesson 2, shapes. Okay, well, let's come back and watch the other video.